Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate many of you guys. Thank you so much. My name is Apostle Ely. I'm the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Thank you, those that have been commenting on my video. Listen, we had a great time this afternoon, and we're going to have a great time tonight. And I'm here to teach universal laws. And universal laws mean it is applicable, whether you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, whether you're in shamanism, whether you're a mystic, whether you're an Ajay, whether you're a witch, whether you are a hoodoo worker, voodoo worker. All right there, Mama Susan Gemini, thank you so much for joining us. Madam May, my Scorpio from Louisville, Kentucky, much love to you. Thank you so much. To each and every one of you guys that are being notified that we are live. Please, sir and ma'am, post your zodiac sign and where you're from so we would know our listening audience. Karen, thank you so much. You have been such a trooper and consistent. I hope that these teaching that you guys are getting, we got Karen from Washington, D.C., Gemini as well. For each and every one of you guys, let me tell y'all something. This is an opportunity for many of you guys to really get the good information and then start making adult decisions. One thing as a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries, my rising sign is Pisces. I do not believe in telling people what to do. That's what has happened in Christianity. We are being told how to think, how to believe, what to dress, what we can do from what we do. Hey, how you doing, darling? Yes, male or female. I really want to help many of you guys, especially if you are endeavoring to practice the ATRs. All right, son of Ochosi, Minister Mario. All right, welcome. Capricorn up in the house. All right, and somebody, and yes, somebody just wrote witchcraft. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope you stick around for my message, because we're going to be talking about the witchcraft. We're going to be talking about sorcery. Okay, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that you may not be actually versed in. Okay, we got a Scorpio from Florida. Let me write that down. Yeah, so don't forget that. And I hope that many of you guys know that I actually went to theology school, Bible college, and so I'm not out here passing my opinions and my suggestions. Thank you. Yeah. And we got, yes, this is your second day catching it live. All right there. That means that's a good thing. Thank you for the roses. Thank you guys so much. Sister Angie, Sagittarius, my sister Brickhouse. We got Aries from Chicago. Let me tell y'all something. I really need y'all to understand what I'm going to teach tonight. And you know, I grew up in the church, so I'm not coming from a person that has been scorned. I'm still in the church. I'm a pastor of a church, so I'm coming from a very personal place. But I understand, I can acknowledge the damage that Christianity and the people that claim to know God have done to a lot of our psyches, okay? And I want to talk about something tonight, especially if you are in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, whether you're in, when you're trying to walk your spiritual journey and you're trying to deviate from how you were raised. I'm going to give you some good information and some healthy information that you can make an adult decision for your life and hopefully make better decisions for your children and your children's children, okay? So thank you so much. Whitney Virgo from Alabama. All right. Taurus from Boston. Thank you so much for being with us. This is going to be a very powerful live, okay? And one thing, I'm a pastor and I am an apostle. So therefore, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm definitely a Sagittarius. Why are you wearing? No, these are, listen, why am I wearing this? If you're asking the question, why am I wearing this, then you must have a lack of understanding who I am, okay? I'm not a put on, I'm not a show. I don't wear costume jewelry. So if you see a police officer in a uniform, you want to ask him why he wearing his police uniform? Huh? I'm a UPS driver. Nobody ever asked me, why are you wearing a UPS uniform? You must be a UPS driver. Are you trying to imply you're a UPS driver? I've never had that. Only in spirituality we do these things. And we're going to talk about that tonight. And we're going to talk about where that behavior comes from. And this is why I'm going to tell you guys why this is so very important for you to learn this. Like, I've been out here a lot of times, okay? I've been out here a lot. And I am trying to help a lot of you guys from being mentally messed up, from you having emotional issues, and for many of you guys wasting time, money, and energy expecting people to behave a certain type of way, and they were trained by other preachers and pastors and teachers of how to behave in this rude and disrespectful manner, okay? And a lot of times, even though that you are in ATRs, ATRs are African traditional religion, you still have that Christian raising, okay? There's an old saying that I used to hear all the time, my grandmother used to say, and different people in my family: you could take the pig out the country, but you can't take the country out the pig. Well, you can lead the Christian church, but you still brought that Christian mentality, that Christian abusive relationship into these ATRs, whether it's hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, whether you're talking about practicing palo, whether you're talking about trying to be an ajay, a witch, whether you're talking about trying to be a mystic, you still brought that mentality and that abusive idealism into these ATRs, okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. First of all, I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. And let me tell y'all something. This is going to help you out, especially if you're trying to heal, especially you trying to get connected with your higher self. All right, Pisces, thank you for joining us, Joseph the Pisces. Okay? Now, I know that some of you don't think this is relevant, and you don't understand how Christianity affecting your belief system. But I'm going to teach you tonight why a lot of things are happening and why a lot of you guys are not seeing the real power of your faith and belief, because in the back of your mind, you that practice in the HR still think you practicing something that is not of God, because some pastor, some teacher, some evangelist, some preacher, it told you that that particular science is of the devil, okay? And so therefore, in the back of your mind, no matter how much help you're getting from hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, you still in the back of your mind feel that you're doing something dirty, you're doing something unrighteous, you're doing something against God. And so therefore, it is hard for you to completely commit to this, okay? And we're going to be talking about experience is the best teacher, okay? And this was inspired by my Scorpio. Me and T. Carter were talking about this. And a lot of times, no matter what I teach and share, experience is the best teacher. Okay? So, we're going to first start with Matthew 23, verse 13. And I think my Mother Susan is the mother of our church. And she said this years ago, a year ago. But she's been saying it regularly, but we've had this conversation when she was telling me, and she said that, please join the YouTube if it keeps freezing. Thank you so much. Yeah, join our YouTube account if you're having difficulties on TikTok. I don't know what's going on, but she was telling me, she said, Apostle Ely, she called me Apostle. She said, if it wasn't for you, I would have never given ear to anybody. Once they mentioned the word voodoo, I would have been out. You know what I'm saying? I love that because that's honesty. And something you don't find a lot in church is honesty. A lot of you guys would have never, ever even given an ear if you had not met certain people and had your own experience. A lot of times you have bad relationship with people, not because they did anything to you or against you. It was because of the fact that you were taught by somebody that what they are practicing, that what they are wearing is of the devil. Some of y'all, that's why people right now go around wearing black, because they think that makes them evil, because that's ignorance. Just because that doesn't make you a Satanist worship because you wear black. The universe is dark matter. Black is not evil, okay? People do more evil wearing white than they do wearing black. I'm here to tell you, okay? I need to talk to Spirit. I don't know what that is. Now, we're going to do Matthew the 23rd chapter, verse 13. Thank you, Madam May. That was one of the most difficult parts of my journey, when getting out of Christian mindset and be grateful to learn and begin to practice the ATR. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people don't want to admit this, how you have been mind effed. I'm trying to be nice this evening. But you have been screwed up in your mind. And one of the things that I learned when I was in Bible college is the word church is actually a Greek term, but it means to hypnotize. And a lot of you guys don't realize that you have been duped in the church. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you in a minute. Matthew 23, verse 13 says this. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. Remember, people that practice these Christianity are professional hypocrites. Okay? Do what I say, not as I do. I'm going to say it again. In order to hypnotize people, you must make them believe that you are something that you are not, and they are something that they are not. Okay? Y'all hear what I'm finna say? They get into your head as from a little child and telling you all this stuff, and now you cannot function as a decent human being based off some beliefs that were instilled in you, trained in you, that you never verified. You never verified whether it was true or real. Okay? So it goes on to say, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. This is what hypocrites do. They keep you out of the kingdom of heaven. The very kingdom of heaven that they preach and teach to you that you want to go to. But they are themselves devising plans, schemes, and plots to make sure you never get into it. Okay. It said, for ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Now, when Mother Susan was talking to me, you're freezing, just go to my YouTube account. I don't know what's going on YouTube. I guess we had too much of a good time today. So I was talking to her, and she was talking about the church she was going to. And she went there faithfully. She dressed up, she participated, she gave. And she said she never got healed. And she said she would have to go home and she would have to get help from her partner and family members at home, rather than getting after being prayed for by the pastor about a God that healed. I need y'all to understand that. The hypocrisy is that they can tell you about a God, tell you about what that God can do, but you never see it in operation in front of you. You are in the house of a God that they are telling you that can do all these great and mighty things, and you never experience it. Huh? You hear songs about that God. You see praise dances being performed concerning that God. You listen to all of the stories about what he did for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But you yourself as the individual have never and will never experience that power from that God. Come on here, somebody, huh? Because that God is fictitious. And that's why it is such a great profit of business. Because you can tell somebody about a God and then you are never liable for none of the manifestation. That is the biggest hypocrisy. When people see, this is my experience. When people see me heal people, they are astonished. When people hear me prophesy stuff and it come to pass, they are astonished. They immediately say, because things are happening and moving, that is witchcraft, it is sorcery. But if I pray for you and for you not to go to jail and you go to jail, that's God. If I pray for you and you get healed and you don't get healed, that's God. If I pray for you and you don't get the job, that's God. But if I pray for you and God move and you get the job, then that's witchcraft, that is sorcery, and that is the devil. Y'all understand? Now that, my sir, that, my ma'am, if you ain't been hoodwinked, that is what it is. Oh yes, sir. You know what he said. Let me explain something, y'all. I need y'all to understand, experience is the best teacher. Let me tell y'all something. How is it that we are serving or claim to be serving an almighty God, but it consists of the most trifling, backstabbing, lying people of the religion of Christianity? These are the people that will tell you about show yourself friendly, and they're not friendly. These are the people that will tell you, I want you to understand what hypocrisy is. They are never going to do the things that they teach you. They'll tell you about not sleeping around, and the pastor is running through the men and the women, male or female. Y'all understand that? This is why, and you sit there because you believe in something that somebody told you, not because you experienced it for yourself. History was written by the victor. Exactly. What's up, Kimberly Dawkins? Cancer up in house. Monique 444. Let me tell y'all something. If you don't believe anything, get you a dictionary and look up the word hypocrite. Anytime that you can sit in a place already expecting not to get help, give your money to a God that you're never expecting to give back to you, allowing somebody to dictate to you who you are, what you are, and what you're not good enough. The only people that are good and holy and God is going to bless is going to be the pastor or an evangelist or somebody in the ministry. But you yourself, that made in God's image and after God's likeness, are no good. What's the song that says? I'm a wretch undone. And think about this. You know how hoodwinked and abused you got to be? You know how many relationships you done been in and somebody telling you you're no good and you still supporting him? Somebody telling you nobody don't want you and you still giving to them. They're telling you what you aren't and what you cannot have, but you yet investing into them. That is, sir and ma'am, an abusive relationship. And you are accustomed to that relationship because you have gotten that relationship in the church. And that's for when you marry a man or marry a woman or be in a relationship with somebody that you're getting nothing out of. You've been doing it all your life. You've been doing it all your life. And so therefore, when I try to teach you that God is on the inside of you and that in the age of Aquarius that you can think for yourself, you look at me. It said bad connection. Just go over to my YouTube account, Apostle Samuel Jr. Join my YouTube. We're not stopping because this is going up. Leo from Trinidad. All right there. Come through. Madam May said, preach the truth, Apostle. Let me understand something. How many people have built a business in the church and they are nothing? They're nothing even close to the God that they are talking about. I'm a preacher myself. Let me tell y'all something. The level of discipline, the level of honesty, the level of like you can get further following Mayat's principles than you can following the concept that they keep teaching you in the church. This is why a lot of you guys are not, you losing faith because you doing all this work and you ain't getting nothing out of it. You giving all this faith and hoping, oh, I'm believing God for this, and you not seeing miracles. They singing you happy, but you going back home unhappy. That ain't what I believe in. That ain't what I teach. That ain't why I do. This is why I tell you guys, if you take authority and you understand who you are as a Gemini, as a Sagittarius, as a Scorpio, as a Libra, then you'll start understanding your own divine power and start taking responsibility for what you know. That's why I tell y'all, study to show yourself approved. Don't make it about me. Don't make it about the pastor or the teacher. Christianity got you mentally lazy. That you will not put forth the effort to put yourself in a mental status where you can have the very understanding how nature works in your life. How you can tap into the energetic fields of nature and then get manifestation by your spoken word. Get manifestation by your laying of hand. Get manifestation by burning your candles and burning your incense. Doing your spiritual working. There are so many people right now I have inspired in the ATRs that have come out of Christianity, but they're still mind fucked. I don't know. I'm trying not to do, but you have been duped mentally. Even in slavery, they used to teach the slave masters, keep the body strong, but keep the mind weak. This is why you couldn't read. They wouldn't allow you to read. This is why you would lose your life if they caught you with a book. Do you know how important, the commercial say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste? When it don't matter how much, some of these people are not even worried about how much truth I teach. Because they know mentally, all you got to do is see me do this, see this, or see some elekes, or see a candle, see a candle with Ogun on it, and you don't see that white Jesus on there, and you're going to mentally shut down. That's how mindfuck you are. My lives are not for children. My lives are not for children. My lives are for grown folk, spiritual people that are trying to develop. And you have to go through a spiritual detox in your mind for all the garbage that you have been told. And yes, your family is a part of the madness because y'all all were raised with the garbage. Everybody is saved and sanctified, and they ain't living nothing close to that stuff they teaching and preaching, huh? You know why they try to control your sexual life? Because that's your sexual energy. Scorpio rules that. That is your powerful road opening, being flowing in your sexuality and your femininity or your masculine energy. That is power. Your sexual energy gives you self-esteem. Damn, like think about that. When you feel sexy, you feel powerful, you feel desired. The church try to control that. Because when you feel desire, I can't tell you you're a wretch undone when you feeling yourself. Oh, come on here, somebody. There's a systematic reason why they say and teach the things they teach in the church. And when you try to go out and practice hoodoo, when you try to go out and practice voodoo or Santeria, Lakumi, Apollo, you still have that Christian dogma in your head. And when people are, and let me tell y'all something. Most people believe I'm a man of God. Most people believe I'm telling the truth. Most people believe that Apostle Ely is real. But that Christian dogma is keeping you from moving forward in your spirituality because you will not repent of the ignorance. Now let me explain it to you like this. 1 John 4th chapter 20th verse. I want y'all to listen at this real good. I'm finna help a whole lot of y'all. And if you don't think if you don't think that this Christian dogma is messing with your spiritual manifestation, you're sadly mistaken. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna show you right here. 1 John 4th chapter verse 20. If a man, this is their Bible. What's up, Curtis, my Gemini? This is in their Bible. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. End of story. This is in their Bible. Right? It goes on to say, for he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, he can tangibly put his hands on. He saw you, he acknowledged your presence and existence. It goes on to say, how can he love God whom he have not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God loveth his brother also. The biggest thing that you see in Christianity is that people can tell you how much they love God and show you so much disrespect, so much, can be so rude, because this is the mentality of the slave master. This is why our ancestors had to hide their religion, because Christianity forces the belief of another person on another individual. This is not that we are equal and I have a right to believe in what I believe in. You're going to try to force me. Some of you guys right now have so many issues with your sexuality, and God has absolutely no issues with your sexuality. Huh? It is Christianity that is trying to control those urges so they can control your energy. Everything is about vibration and frequency. And anybody understand that when your energy, your sacral chakra is aligned and that energy is flowing through you, that means that you're going to vibrate at a higher frequency. When you are happy with yourself, why you think that a lot of you got a problem with the way you look? Because you have been hoodwinked. You have been told what to think is beautiful. You have been told what it looks good. You have been told what is prosperous. Right now, most Christians love money over God. They love a dog over humanity. Most Christians can go to church and have a good time with the Lord and come out of the church and kill somebody. They've been doing it. Huh? I wrote it down. You may never heard this, but you have been spiritually catfished. You have been spiritually catfished. You have fallen in love with a God you have never met. You have a photo of a God and he is not the God you think he is. For years, you have been in a relationship between you and a supposed disciple. Catfish is somebody making you believe that they are somebody they are not. You have been told who this God was. You never met him. You have been told what this God will do for you. Some of you even believe to this very day that this God died for you. You have no forensic evidence that this God ever died for you. You have no plot or sepulcher that this God ever paid the price for you. But you were told that from a story that they got from Horus and Isis. You have been spiritually catfished. But that's why you are so depressed, because no matter how hard you prayed to that God for the deliverance from alcoholism, you still was an alcoholic. No matter how many times you have been cleansed and baptized in his name, you still have urges for homosexuality. No matter how many times you have prayed for financial deliverance, you never came out of poverty. You are still in poverty to this very day. They told you that he will bless you. Good man. But if you get in contact with the real, true, and living God, then you can see some stuff happening. Do you realize that as soon as you got involved into voodoo, real voodoo, hoodoo, the real African sciences, things begin to happen in your life, but they are become stagnated because you're still holding on. I want to know, why is it that you believe in this God that ain't never did nothing for you? Most people that come in my church know that I practice the ATRs. And they receive manifestation. And yet, they look at me and still in the back of their mind say, I love Apostle, he really helped me, he's a good guy, but he practicing dark arts. He practicing witchcraft. He practicing sorcery. I'm talking about people that actually love me. They still think because they are still mentally fucked. Sorry, I don't know what other word to say. You literally are getting helped by the God that created the heavens and the earth, and you believe that that God is the devil, and the God that ain't never did nothing for you, you believe that's a true and living God. Because you were taught that. And that is more important than actually knowing the truth. What you have been taught, what you have seen, what they have said is more important to you than to actually experience a true and living God. To truly experience the ancestors. Why is it that everything that we practice, and we are the originators of everything, sounds like God to me? We invented everything, sounds like God to me. Everybody is copying off of us, sounds like God to me. Huh? Tasha say, you telling it. Think about it. I want you to experience it for yourself. This sounds more rational than what you've been told. You want to be saved, then allow yourself to be saved. But that man in the sky ain't coming for you. He's not coming for you. The God that's on the inside gonna save you. The God that you were created in his image and life. When you connect with Mother Earth and Father Sky, when you connect with nature, you're gonna see a change in your life. When you start thinking for yourself, so a man thinketh, so is he. You're going to see things change in your life, and you're going to start resonating with things that are real, that are tangible, and that when you see your brother and sister, you're going to feel so much love from your brothers and sisters. But the reason why you can hate somebody because you a copycat. I cried when I found out I was lied to. Thank you, baby, for being honest. Huh? How many people have committed suicide because they felt a God put them down on earth, and because of what they did or what they believed in, that they could never enter into the kingdom of heaven? I told you, a hypocrite, they ain't never been in heaven, but they're going to tell you you're not going. And now you got young people, male and female, taking their life. Because what's the point when they're going to burn in hell anyway? You've taught people to give up on themselves before they ever get started. And you claim that's the love of God. No, sir, no, ma'am. Huh? I believe that if more people would start studying and start experiencing the ATRs for themselves and start really learning and investing in that and getting rid of and detoxing. And if it ain't working, let it go. Some of y'all don't understand. You cannot hold both hands with Christianity as it has been taught to you. If you're going to practice real Christianity, you must go back to Egyptology. If you want to know what real Christianity is, you have to study what the Egyptian taught, because that's where it came from. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody said, you better say that. Let me explain something to you guys. Somebody told you it's just as simple. Somebody told you that man hung on the cross and died for your sins, and you accepted it. You accepted that with no evidence. You got to acknowledge that. Just like that man told you that he want to take care of you. He'll give you the sun, the rain, the moon, and the mountain. I'll give you the world and all that you dream of. And you just took it. No questions asked. He ain't showed he can make $4 a week. He ain't showed you can make $100 a week. He without question, you just accepted it. And now you mad with me because I'm giving you evidence of the God that I serve. I'm giving you evidence of the ancestors. I'm giving you evidence of the Loas. I'm giving you evidence of the Orishas. I'm giving you evidence of a truth. I'm showing you real power, but I'm the devil. Huh? I'm the devil because I can manifest what I believe in. And I am not talking to the diehard Christian, because those are sold out hypocrites. I'm talking about you that are practicing these ATRs, and you are benefiting from the science and the power of the ATR, and yet you think it is the devil because you will not let go of that mentality that you got from Christianity. Even you guys that practice Obeah, Jamaica was Christianized as well. You're not speaking, if you are Haitian, you're not speaking the language of your African descent. You're speaking French because of the French that conquered Haiti. The Spanish Inquisition. A lot of y'all talking about you practicing Palo and all this. That's not your language. That's not the slave's language. Let's get real. Experience divine. True language was sound, frequency, and vibration. That's what the true language of the gods are. Sound, frequency, vibration, and sound. And until we start accepting that, sir and ma'am, this is why I want to talk to Christians. Don't come talking to me about a God that just kills to be killing. He takes from the poor. More people go in with a sound mind and leave out confused. More people go into the church. It's called hypnotize. Look up the Greek word for church. Google it. It will tell you it says hypnotic. I'm so glad to know this now. Thank you, baby. I'm not against the concept of Christianity. I am against the people that have taught you to be they done told you that up is down. Mother Susan was telling me today, she said, I never even knew that the reason why we pour libations or pour our offerings on the ground, because that's where the ancestors are. That's where the spirit is. That's where we get our power from Mother Earth. That's why we're melanin. The more melanin you have, the more you can connect with nature, because that's carbon energy. That is the building block of life force energy. They told you that 666 was demon, the devil, the beast, when that is the building block of life. They told you Jacob's ladder was a ladder from heaven, when Jacob's ladder was your DNA. This is why when you do ancestry reading, you try to find out who's in your DNA. What ancestor? That's what Jacob's ladder is. That's the angels ascending and descending. That's that kundalini energy that they talking about. You have the divine design by the Almighty, male and female, to walk in your carbon. You are the Titans. Huh? That's why I say absent from the body is present with the Lord. Because when you release your power from this carbon body that restricts it, Then you come back into oneness with the divine. This is why when we go through certain ceremonies, we have to die and be reborn. That's why it's every one of these ATRs about dying and being reborn, being born again. That means the aspect of your godhood being alive in your present life. I don't know that I didn't know that either until last night class. Come on here. They tell us all the powerful shit is bad and the bad or bad luck. Yeah. And you know why? And this is why this is a hard message. You can't fault your victors or your conquerors for teaching you to be powerless. That's smart. Why would they teach you to know where your power comes from and where the real living God is and all this when that's going to cause you to rise up and set your own self free? Why would they teach you that? The only person that's going to teach you that is somebody that has experienced the true and living God. And that's why my message is experience is the best teacher. Why would they do it? People look at me even on my job. They're like, oh, Sam, the art of war. Thank you. Some of y'all so upset when you find out that you've been lied to, but you're not upset with yourself that you never asked the question. Even Kirk Franklin said, someone asked the question, why do I sing? Let me tell y'all something. Just because you sing a lot, it don't make it no more true. We make poverty, we make slavery, we make powerless sound so good. We make it sound good. I know I've been changed. And ain't nothing changed. But when I tell you about Oya being the God, the deity and the Orisha of change, you call that the devil. But Oya, the wind element, can bring change. Let me tell y'all something. And I don't want you to get upset with your colonizers. I want you to get upset with you. Because you never asked the question. You never made a change. Even right now that we are walking in all this knowledge and understanding, people are still hiding behind Christianity. I say in front of my live before I ever get started, I say I am Apostle Ely and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. I put that out front before you ever come into my life. I am not ashamed of the gospel by which I preach and teach. You understand? Because it is the power of God unto my salvation. And my salvation works. Okay? If you want to truly flow with your ancestors, certain man, you got to start admitting some truth to yourself. You sat in a pew, you sat in a seat, and you let some man or some woman tell you that the only way that you can get to God was by their approval. And therefore, that's why when you go into these churches and you see carbon copies of the pastor, ain't nobody trying to be original. We're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is about being unique in your unique and distinct of self. That ain't what you want to do. You want carbon copy. You want to go somewhere and you want to fit in and you want to look like everybody else. But that's not how God designed us. Nature, every tree is not alike. Every bush is not alike. Every animal is not alike. Every soil is not alike. Every body of water is not alike. God always created things in diversity. But it was the same God that created it. Because you don't have to look like me. Jesus said he got sheep not of his fold. There's people out here that will practice a different science and they talking to the same God. They calling it a different name, but they using different herbs, but they doing the same thing. Who is that lady in your background? That is her date. Oya, goddess of change. In Palo, she's called Centeia Indoki. Some people just say Centeia, but me, I'm initiated in that particular practice. All right? Y'all understand that? So before you pray, stop praying. What the prayer say? They say, Lord, I come before you, humbly as I know how. A wretch undone, not worthy to call your name. Oh, we love them kind of song. God, your mercy and grace is just too good for me. What kind of father would that really be? What kind of parent? If you heard a parent say that the stuff that I have is too good for my children, you wouldn't think that parent was a good parent. But listen at most of the songs. I'm not worthy of your blessing. I'm not worthy of your touch and your anointing. And you supposed to be my parent? The Bible even say even an evil man know how to give good gifts to his children. But the most of the popular songs are all about deliver me. All I seem to do is hurt me. Oh, we love them songs. Be crying and snotting. Because you mentally messed up. So no matter how much truth you hear, no matter how much truth people tell you, you still want to be a victim. And that is the ingeniousness of how they have messed up African people. You want nothing from your God until you in need. Then you turn to voodoo. Then you turn to hoodoo. Then you turn to Palo. When your Jesus fail you, then you turn to the true and living God. But you don't want nobody to know that it was a spell cast by a witch that brought you through. It was a spell cast by a hoodooist that brought your marriage back. It was a spell that healed you. It was an herb that you got from the conjurer that brought you out of that. You don't want nobody to know that. You'll get up and say Jesus healed you, and Jesus never did that. Setting spells on ourselves. Exactly. But they tell you to do that. You get up in church and you use affirmation and you say things like this. Repeat after me. And then you repeat it. And that pastor, that leader got you speaking stuff on you. Oh, no. I'm not weak. I'm strong. I'm not a type of person that's going to teach you how to speak death and destruction over your life. I'm going to show you how to tap into your own energy, whether it's air, fire, earth, or water. That's real teaching. And this is the stuff. Let me tell y'all something. I'm experiencing this right now. Because voodoo and Palo, those sciences, delivered certain members in my church. You can't really give God the praise because you think that that is of the devil. Ain't that sad? Somebody literally got victory. But because you don't really think that what I'm teaching and doing is really of God, you can't really give God the praise. I was trying to figure out, like, I know God just moved. I know the Spirit just turned that situation around. Why is not my church being... They shouting all over the place? Because you don't really think it's of God. Because you mentally messed up. I'm done. You are spiritually catfished. And when you find out the truth, experience will be your best teacher. Because I done did and said everything I could say. Monique 444 got that message. Huh? I've helped so many people through ATRs. And they mad because it wasn't the white Jesus that brought them out. I don't. My name is Apostle Ely. I believe that if a lot of you guys start asking questions and stop letting people bully you into their ideas about who God is and what God is doing, I feel that you will have less high blood pressure. I believe that you will be a more healthier people mentally and emotionally and physically. Because if you get back to nature and you allow yourself to connect to nature, nature will heal you. Nature will regulate you. Nature will cleanse you. Nature will detox you. Nature will prosper you. And you will be a tree planted by the rivers of living water. I honestly believe that. But you cannot get there with the concepts that you have learned from Christianity. If you want to know the true power of Christianity, sir and ma'am, go study what the Egyptians were teaching. And the Egyptians basically dealt with the dead. Nature and the dead, just like Paulo. When you study the origin of a thing, then you get to the meat of the situation. Take out some time instead of going around talking about who the devil, who's sleeping with who, because y'all know that's the only thing Christian be worried about, who fucking who. That's top line. Don't care nothing about if you got groceries, whether you got the bill paid, who you licking on, sucking on. That's what they concerned about. That's Christian. Long as you wear a white dress. And let me tell y'all something. You can be a hoe for one man. You can still be a hoe and only be with one man. You can be, and y'all know being gay is the worst sin that the Christian teach, huh? But the pastor around here sucking on everybody, and I ain't talking about the women, huh? He'll put some of you women to shame. He's so good, huh? He's so good that he will dry up Niagara Falls. He's so good, huh? He'll make some of your women feel like you ain't even got a throat, but he up there preaching on. Okay, I'm just saying. Sir and ma'am, if what I'm teaching tonight resonates with you, join my YouTube. If what I'm teaching tonight support my ministry, if what I'm saying tonight rings true in your heart as a grown man or grown woman. And guess what? Them same people come over into the ATR doing the same thing. Don't think because you get into the ATR that those are Christian hypocrites that are practicing the ATRs. Them people have the same mentality. They're doing the same thing. That's why some of y'all get confused about it. You like, wait a minute. I left the ATRs and I'm dealing with the same thing because now that I'm practicing voodoo. Because them same hypocrites left Christianity and they still got the same mentality. Somebody said, what are ATRs? African traditional religions. Every science of faith and deliverance that you are practicing came out of Africa. All I'm saying, if you watch my videos, you follow me, and you feel that I am teaching something that you can utilize as a grown man and a grown woman, and it makes sense to you, and you want to learn, join support us. I have Cash App. I have Zelle to some of you all. I'm not doing any readings tonight because I am tired and I am hungry. I ain't even gonna fake the front. I ain't got it in me. But if you want me to burn incense for you, all you have to do is Cash App me, Apostle Ely, and tell me, do you want me to burn it in my pot? I will do that. I can do that offline. I have peace incense, High John the Conqueror incense, guardian angel incense, oil of gladness, triple threat, protection, healing, love, road opening, mental clarity, better business, blockbuster money, ancestor, and reversal. If I did not cover majority of your issues, you're lying. I was raised by a Virgo. I believe in having a plan for a plan for a plan for a plan. And if that plan don't work, I got a plan for that plan that failed. And if that plan didn't go all the way, I got a plan for when that plan stopped. I got something for that too. That's how I think. That's how I move. Okay? I'm a Sagittarius, but I was raised by a Virgo. And she had a strong slap that'll knock your soul out your body. Huh? So I was astral traveling before I knew it was called astral traveling. All right, it said consultation will be set up in the next 24 to 72 hours. I know that's right, Yvette. Okay, now guys and girls, remember, stop letting spiritual bullies, Christians that were taught to be like that, upset your world. Stop letting people that go to church but the church ain't in them tell you about what you not. And how you ought to be ashamed of yourself. They need to be ashamed of themselves, sitting there letting somebody that ain't hitting on shiggity tell them about a God they ain't never met and a place they ain't gonna never go. Huh? Remember that. Most of them people talking about heaven, they ain't never been there. and you can't take me somewhere you ain't never been. So why you let somebody that ain't never been in the heavenlies and in the spirit world tell you about a God they ain't never met? That's a mental problem you need to work out. That ain't their fault. You're not telling me. I believe that we should practice what we preach. I believe that if you have something that you can manifest, whatever that gift or talent may be, that's what you need to be doing. And those are the people that you need to be learning from. Not by somebody telling you about a story about somebody they don't even know. That's spiritual catfish. You have literally been in love with Jesus and he never stopped by your house. Admit it. You done fell in love, want to marry somebody you met over the internet. You have not even physically touched that person. And you head over heels. You done sending money and everything. It's the same concept. You've been constantly sending this God money and giving him offerings, and he ain't never showed up for you because he don't exist. And the only reason why the name of Jesus got any power is because black people gave it power. We have given our ashe and energy to that name, and because we can give life to anything, because we carbon. We are the building blocks of all life force. We are melanated people. We can make anything become alive because the breath of life lives on the inside of us. And a black woman can birth anything. She can give that name as much power because that's the Nganga. Every religion practices. That's why we call it the Ankh. Every religion practices off of the black man and black woman. Masculine. And that's why as long as we keep warring and keep fighting back, we're not gonna grow in real power. Okay, but the ancestors show of them. That's what one of my sons said. Let me tell y'all something. Think about this. I'm gonna tell you how deep the spiritual catfish is. Your kids looking at you so crazy because they know you're not living none of that stuff. They watch you put on acts for people. Think about how traumatizing that is, that the woman you love, the man you love, your dad and your mom, you watch them be so phony and so fake with people and call it God. Why you think most of these people don't even want nothing to do with the church? Because they watch their parents be hypocrites. My children still practices the ATR because their daddy never was phony. I don't put on for people. All right. I hope this helped you all. I hope this first time I have gave an offering to them and shook and hooked. Come on here. I appreciate that. That's honesty. Honesty here. You have to admit you were spiritually catfish. In order to get rid of the hurt and the blame, you got to say, you know what? I did sit there. I remember singing one time, and one of my aunts was making a remark, and I actually got offended by it. And a couple of days later, the Spirit spoke to me. He said, it just came to me so clear. He said, when has she ever cut a record? Why are you allowing somebody that ain't never took a music class to tell you what sound good? Do you know how many people that you have allowed to have certain effects in your life and they are not proven? They ain't never accomplished that. They telling you how to get a good man and they don't even have one. Gay straight up out. They tell you about what type of woman or mother or parent you are, and if the social services came in right now, they'll take their children, and they'll take children they ain't even had yet. They're such a terrible mother or father. You know how bad your parent you got to be where they would take your unborn child, you such an unfit mother, and you letting them tell you about what you got to get your mind. Draw on the power of Aquarius. Get your own way of thinking. Madam May say thank you as always. You're welcome, honey. All right, guys. Good night. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It has been a blessing. Remember, subscribe to my YouTube. Join my Patreon. We got some new people in our Patreon. And like and comment up under those videos because other people are going to be watching these videos. And I'm going to be able to start my classes soon. And this is what I'm doing it for. I'm trying to get your mind ready so I don't have to go through unnecessary changes because you have been hoodwinked by the church. I don't want you to waste my time, my energy, dragging my power down because you don't know how to let go of your slave master. All right, God bless you. Good night, y'all. Much love. All right, Madam May, Tasha, Lord, I think I said that right. Madam May, Monique 444, Minister Mario, son of Ochoa, Mama Susan, Curtis Watson, Brother Johnny, Sister Jackie, Whitshire, what's up? Kimberly Dawkins, Cancer. Let's see, Brother Johnny, Sister Brickhouse, Karen O'Brien, Minister Mario. Hold on, let me see who came in here first. Mama Susan came in here first. And Madam May. I think I said everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope this helped, and I hope you utilize this information I'm giving.